Hey guys, happy Monday. So I want to talk about water and energy. They're inseparable, right? The way I'm saying that is because every power plant needs water and every water needs a power plant system. But as climate change actually strains both resources, we know that we must rethink the way they interact. And that's why I want to talk to you today. Yeah. Let's go for hello, everybody. How are you doing today? So I'm excited to see you. So I'm Tony Chi. I'm the founders here of Renewables in Africa. We raise awareness about renewables energy, but also sustainability. So if you're interested to break or expand into Africa, we are your eco bridge to this market. And we can help you with visibility, leads, and deals. So if you're looking to decarbonize, we are again at your eco bridge to sustainable pathway. And we can help with carbon footprint assessment and also carbon reduction strategy. Right? So don't hesitate to reach out to us, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you. So how does energy production impact water resources, right? So fossil fuel and nuclear plant, they use massive amount of water for cooling. I don't know if you know about that. If not, let me tell you that. An energy extraction method like fracking, they consume and also contaminate fresh water, right? And the water footprints for different energy sources gotta be considered, because if you take, for example, coal-fired plant. I don't know if you know, but they're using about 1,100 gallon, per megawatt hour. That's significant. And nuclear power is also water intensive, while solar and wind use almost none. So that's one of the reasons you also want to consider that. Like I say, our state climate change is straining both resources. So in terms of the innovation for reducing water use in energy production, we gotta talk about that, because you have dry cooling system, they reduce power plant water consumption, right? But also carbon-free hydrogen production is using solar power electrolysis, right? So that's what electrolysis. That's what we want to talk about. So I just want to talk to you about a couple of projects that may or may not be interesting for you. You have, for example, the Morocco No Ouarzazate solar plant. They use dry cooling to minimize the water use, right? That's a typical example. But also in Texas, if you go in Texas in the US, the wind farm, they help reduce, water dependency, for energy penetration. And that is actually what we're seeing. And there's an enormous prediction in terms of the water energy conflict that's got to be talked about. And the growth of water smart renewables like floating solar, closed loop geothermal, that's something that we need to take into account. You also have AI driven monitoring that actually optimize water use in energy system. Those are things that we gotta be using. So solving the energy water challenge, it's key to sustainable future. We always say that, yeah. The more we integrate efficiency and renewables, so the better we can conserve both. And that is actually what we need to be doing. So clearly, guys, you can see the interaction between the two and why we need to take that into consideration. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to point out for you today, so that you can take into account both energy and water and see how they are interconnected. So we can't talk about one without the other. And you could see why we actually recommend, or not recommend, we actually sort of proning. So sort of asking people to use much more renewable energy, because they are slightly less water energy, they're slightly consuming less water than the traditional fossil fuel. That's another thing they need to take into consideration. So hopefully that helps you to understand the difference between the two and take that into consideration. So as you consider what energy source you're going to be using for your system. Okay, excellent. I see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. Yeah, take care, guys. Bye bye.